I'm always thinking about productivity, technology, and life. I'm Dave, sitting here with my cup of tea, just thinking about it. I'm usually doing that on like a Sunday afternoon, trying to figure out really where we all stand. And it came up recently. I was in a conversation with somebody, and they were asking me about, well, Dave, how do you go about being a business owner and being an entrepreneur? And it was a great question because sometimes I really don't have the specific answer because I think it's a journey that's different for everybody as we start figuring out really where everybody stands on it. Some days it's about drive, and some days it's about the idea of what you came across and what you're trying to achieve. And I always have my computer with me, and I was thinking of like, what would I Google? What would I look for in trying to figure out what makes a classic entrepreneur? And then I think about everything I've read and everything I've done as an entrepreneur. And there's one thing that kind of stands out to me, and even my colleagues and friends who are entrepreneurs, it has to do with hard work. And it's not that giving up when something fails. And I think those two things are really crucial that we all need to understand and focus on when we're trying something new, and especially being an entrepreneur and trying to be an entrepreneur. I remember the first time I tried to be an entrepreneur, we were setting up web design companies. And this was in the late 90s, and I wanted to basically develop websites. I love technology. Technology is great. I play with it all the time. And in future videos, I'll talk to you about how AI can be used for technology and how there's different systems I use that help technology grow and make you more efficient. But one thing that kind of stood out to me was the ability of working hard to get it done. And nothing stops me from doing it. And I was trying to figure out, why do I have that drive and how come that sets me and others apart? Excuse me a sec. And I think it has to do with, it's that ability of not letting something stop you. And when you have something to do, you work on it and you sit there and try to figure that out. And you figure it out in any way you can in getting it done. When I was thinking about working on this channel, I would sit down and I had a discussion with my wife. We sat down and talked at dinner one night and must have spent an hour to an hour and a half just brainstorming ideas and talking about what we can do and how we can do it. And then I sat down and immediately that night and for like the few nights in the future, I would sit down and look at what I did, research, and figure it out because I felt I had that drive to do that. And I think it's that hard work drive that you need to work on to achieve. And it happens in all of us. If you think about the people who work and want to work in those jobs that are just a set number of hours, they want to go in, work that set number of hours, and leave. They don't want to do any extra. They don't want to research or do anything else. They just want to do that. That's great, and that we need that in our economy. We need that for people, but they may not be the ones who are going to get ahead and really move that needle forward. You have to really be somebody who has that ability of working hard and having that drive to do that. And to do that, you have to put in the extra effort. Everybody says that you hear about the people who get rich and Mark Cuban and others, it's that extra effort they're putting in all the time to do it. They're not just sitting and watching TV or watching a movie. They're trying and then putting extra effort in. And I find that extra effort to be really important as you do it. I know right now, today, I'm trying to edit a book. And I'm trying to work on editing a fiction book. Why am I doing it? Because I'm trying to write more. One thing I'm having difficulty with is writing. I've had difficulty with it most of my life, and it's something that I don't do very well. And I need to work harder to do it. Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000 hours it takes to actually get something so you're perfect at it. And I believe in this a whole bunch that what he writes is important. Those 10,000 hours is that time and energy of you trying again, you're experimenting, you're failing, you're trying again. Like right now, I'm in the process of writing Destiny's Shadow. Destiny's Shadow is a fiction book focused on how a woman is going to see her parents, but in the process has an accident during the road trip. And now she's got to recover from that, and all circles around because there was a car thief during the uh, the accident. And where did the car go? How did she find it? How did she get anywhere now when they just stole her car? And there's a lot of this that goes on that we have to figure out and understand. I don't know where the book's going to go. I know where I've gone with it, and I know where I've written so far, and I know what I'm trying to edit as I do it. But I have to see if I can continue doing it. And I think that's what that hard work and drive is. It's that ability of keeping to work at it no matter what happens or how's it going to be. I've seen that a lot, and I'm using this as an example that I found, but I think as we think about it, there's more and more that we can do to really develop and put ourselves out there where we can achieve more. And I know it's something I've been thinking about because of this question this person who I just met asked me is how does he go and succeed? And I think it's him putting in that extra work. Not only working his full-time job, but thinking about working a second job or doing something for himself. I think if you want to have one job working for somebody, that's great. But you should have a second job that's doing something for yourself. Experimenting with YouTube, writing, doing freelancing, consulting, teaching, whatever you want to do. But I think doing that extra is that hard work you need to do. And you need to figure it out as you do. So I think the answer I really came up with is it's hard work. And I think that will really resonate with a lot of people when they start thinking about it. This is Dave, drinking my tea, just thinking about stuff. I'm going to make videos when I have interesting ideas, and I'm going to try to tell you about what's going on in my mind. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Please give me a like or subscribe. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. I'm watching the setting sun as it comes down out of my sunroom. It's kind of nice. I sometimes forget what the sun, how beautiful the sun is as we look at it. It's always great. Talk to you soon. Bye. Talk to you soon. Bye.